Erika. Today I read the 9th lesson of the Qimendunjia class with my teacher, Master Dougles Chan. In this 9th session, we learn how to read 4 different cases. This part is also related to business and investment. For example, in the first case, when someone wanted to start an e-commerce business, selling clothes and creating a website platform, they already had savings to start everything. The main question here was, when we open a Qimendunjia chart, we must pay attention to the context of the question itself. And in this example, the question was whether it is better to run the e-commerce business alone or with a partner. And so before giving an answer, we also need to understand what e-commerce means and what emptiness and void means inside a chart. We also need to look at the life box, which is connected to symbol of business, and it was located in the heaven box. Heaven symbolizes a highest level, opportunities, and strong profit potential. But for the person themselves, their position was in the box 9. Inside it there were darkness, few, and fearless. This means this business still need effort and struggle because the box was clashing with the 8th box. And at the same time, the person's own element was clashing and with the answer condition located in the earth element box. That is the first case. And in the second study case, the story was about Miss Annie, who wanted to open a fashion business selling clothes as an investment. She asked whether this was a good choice because she would become a sleeping partner, meaning someone who only invests money into the clothing shop. What we need to pay attention to first in the life box, since this case is not directly related to another person or an active partner, we can ignore the partner box first. We look at the life box and see what is inside it. It was located in the 8th palace or in 8th box, and we also need to define where Annie herself is located in the chart. We can look from the hour, the day, or even the month, so we must be careful when determine where the person is positioned. As the asker, Annie was located in the 4th palace. From this box alone, we can already read Annie's character. There were darkness, obstruct, and problem there. This describes someone who is stubborn, secretive, and not the ideal person to run or manage a business. So from that, is the answer good for her to run the business? Of course, the answer is no. Now moving to the third study case, this was about Mr. David, who asked whether his request for a bank loan would be approved or not. First, we need to clearly define questions, because understanding the question, we know which part of the chart should be read as the answer. We first look at the asker, Mr. David. He was located in box 1, and there was seen there as stamp. This also described his character. There were serpent, rest, and advisor there, showing that Mr. David is probably a relaxed person. Then how do we see the loan or the bank? We look at the answer box. The answer was located in 9th box, and there was emptiness there. When we see emptiness, usually around 70% of the answer is reflected in the opposite box, which is this case was connected to the same character box as Mr. David. So around 70% of the situation was connected for David's own. And many more Mr. Dougles teaches, and I'm so glad I can say that the way Mr. Dougles Chan teaching is very simple, and we must very focus and look what Master said, and we must be logic too in reading the chart. So it's enough for the review of the lesson 9. I shall continue the next the lesson 10 for the review. Bye bye.